Hi, right, so finished at the Quiet Site now. Had a lovely day yesterday visiting my cousin Rachel and husband Andy. The weather here is still simply amazing. Just take you on a quick wander around the site. You can see what we've got. See, we got the Quiet Bite. They do food in the morning, afternoon, quite reasonable prices. I haven't tried it, I've only cooked here, but yeah, I'll probably give it a whirl if I was going to stay a bit longer, and I definitely would come back. Got recycling facilities down there, very keen on recycling. Got the reception and bar just through there, and up here you've got the toilets and showers, and then the kitchen and washing up area just down those steps. Got fridges and freezers in there. Some sinks, didn't see any washing machines and tumble dryers, but we did have that in the Waterford site that I stayed at previously. And you've got this lovely backdrop of the hills and the gorse. That's absolutely stunning at the moment, being bright yellow. So you've got all sorts of types of accommodation, chalets. I think they're called the Hobbit, those little funny things, and there's also some underground, well, they're buried cabins as well. Have a look. The Quiet Site it's called. Just Google it. You want to have a look? You're interested? Lovely place to stay. Certainly recommend it. Anyway, off now, as I said, to Berwick and see what Eyemouth's got to offer. Good morning. So I've now spent 5 nights in the camper. So moved on from the Lake District on the west coast. So now I'm Eyemouth in Scotland, just north of Berwick-Upon-Tweed. Dramatic changing temperatures. I left the lakes and it was about 26 degrees. I got here and it must have been about 10 degrees yesterday. Very low cloud mist coming off the sea, very cold. It was quite chilly this morning, but it's just starting to brighten up actually. Yeah. In fact, they just quoted Berwick as the coldest place in the UK at the moment, so maybe not the best choice of kind to come here, but hey ho, look, the sun's starting to break through, so it can only get better. So quite a nice site here at the Eyemouth holiday park. I think it's only £14 a night too, which isn't too bad. Not a huge amount of facilities. In fact, they're mainly catering for sighted caravans and chalets, as you'd probably see around me, but they've got the odd little spot like this one for a touring camper. They've got some showers and loos just over the back there, just one actually, but that's fine. I only need one, and there's no competition because there's no other campers here, so no, not bad. So I'm looking off to Berwick shortly once I've washed up. That's the only other thing, there's no other kitchen facilities here, so I have to wash up by the camper, boiling some water in the kettle, but that's fine, that works. So plan for today then is to pop down and have a look around Berwick Castle. I've got one more night here and I'll head off to Holy Island and Lindisfarne, crossing the causeway, which should be open from about 8 till 3 before it gets inundated by the sea. And then my last night will be in Kilda Forest, where I'm hoping to do some dark sky photography. Forecast isn't too bad, so I think this cloud's going to clear fairly soon and we'll be back to sunshine, so that'll be great. So just a quick update. I'll carry on keeping you posted. Hello again. Not quite got to Berwick yet because I've got the camper packed up. I guess what I didn't say is apart from the first night sleeping in the camper, it's been very comfortable. Had no problem sleeping it at all. In fact, it's quite cosy. I guess the only lesson I have learned, and I know I said in my earlier video that I thought I brought too much stuff, but I'm not sure that I did, because I've used just about everything that I brought. I was thinking the thick fleece I didn't need. Well, of course I did need it today, and I don't think I bought too much clothing. Maybe a few too many polo shirts, but not much else. But pretty much everything else I brought I have used. So yeah, maybe I didn't. I guess one lesson I have learned that might be useful to other people is it's easy to lose stuff in a camper van. So I guess it's good to be consistent and always put things back in the same place. Otherwise you can spend ages hunting around for things. I mean, clearly you know you probably haven't lost it. It's there somewhere. Because you take your house with you. But maybe that's a lesson worth learning. Anyway, yeah. So this is Eyemouth. It looks quite pretty with the now the sun's coming out. It's warming up a little bit too. It's not as cold as it was earlier. So yeah, quite a nice little place. I'm thinking heading to Berwick now and have a look around Berwick Castle. Might pop here back here this evening. It's a little fishing port, so might be able to get some really nice fish and chips. So I've got the campsite here perched up on the cliff behind me, and then there's this little path that runs down from the campsite down to the beach there, which is quite nice. So yeah, it's not a bad little spot, and as I say, it's really good value at £14 a night. So anyway, that's it from Eyemouth. Off to Berwick now. Here we are at a high point on Berwick. You can see the railway bridge behind me. Beautiful view there, and the weather's turned out okay. If you swing round, you can see the old and new road bridge down there running across the River Tweed. And if I swing round a bit more, you can see out across the town of Berwick itself and beyond to Lindisfarne and Holy Island. Beautiful spot. Took me a little while to find the ramparts. Found the town quite disorientating, but it's actually gorgeous and well worth a look round. So I've walked along half of the ramparts now, so I'm going to head off out and try and find the castle. So the railway bridge you can see behind me was built by Robert Louis Stevenson, and it was the last link in what's now known as the East Coast Main Line. It was opened by Queen Victoria in August 1850. Apparently she spent a whole 12 minutes in Berwick as part of the opening ceremony, then sped off to Balmoral Castle. But it's certainly a pretty amazing view from here. Hi. So what you're seeing behind me is pretty much all that's left of Berwick Castle. Much of it I'll just catch the train going past on the bridge up there. Much of the castle was demolished to make way for the Berwick railway station when it was built. That's all that's left pretty much is the ruins that you can see behind me. The castle was probably it was a bit further up the hill, but that was the bit that was demolished, and it was quite a steep climb from the river to get up to the castle. Anyway, if you're ever in Berwick, I certainly recommend a walk out here. It's a beautiful spot. Hi, just thought I'd point out this place. I was chatting to a couple in Berwick and they recommended somewhere called St Abbs, which is just about 3 miles north up the coast from Eyemouth. This little cove here is absolutely stunning. Got a little cafe down there, car park. Let you stay overnight as well, though it does say no camping. It does say parking overnight. Anyway, absolutely beautiful, especially on the day like today with the blue sky. Stunning. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you this. I'll be staying here for a while. I'm having a cup of tea and something to eat, I think. Absolutely stunning. There's a very nice coffee shop, a few shutters at 4, just up on the bank there. There's lots of fresh seafood. So there you go. I'll leave you with St Abbs and the seabirds.